Hey guys, it's Halfpep and welcome back to another video in Monde Du Minecraft. You may be wondering, Halfpep, what is that interesting cobble build behind you? This is a temporary mob farm I built. I've always been interested in seeing what this build would be like as it's being built from a third-person perspective, so here's the time-lapse where you can see it like that. So I did end up working on this after the time-lapse ended. I put a bunch of these bushes around. You may be confused about this little side spot that is covered by trees and such. But if you come on in here, you have it's very basic because, like I said, this is going to be temporary. But we've got where all the mobs come down, and we've got this little AFK room. Don't mind the mess. And then in here is the whole storage room. So we've got tons of stuff. But yeah, it's all temporary. And it's super close to my base and everything. But it's just out of the way for render distance. So unless StitchNX keeps her render distance super high, she will not be able to see it. I did put a to-do list in this book. So here's the to-do list for today's video. Hopefully we can get to it all. I did a little bit of off-camera work, off-stream work, all of that. We did the temporary mob farm, and these two you're going to be very confused about. I just take the book because I didn't write it right. We did this one, so we can mark it as a dash for now, I guess. So the to-do list is what we'll be working on this video. So I did end up getting most of my stuff back. Kind of ish. It's not shiny at all, and there's definitely some work to be done, but I have this stuff. It's just not enchanted. It'll be super nice to have at least some decent-ish tools while working on all of the projects in this video. So the compost is my first shop that I'm going to be making. It's going to look like a composter on its side, like an open, so you go in through like what would be the top of the composter. And it's going to sell things like seeds, wheat, carrots, potatoes, beetroot, bone meal, pumpkins, all that sorts of stuff. We're just going to add it to the shopping area. Alright, so here it is. I'm pretty proud of how it's turned out. It looks like a composter, not completely color accurate. I was thinking about using acacia wood. However, I would have to get someone who has acacia to log on and give me a bunch, and this took so much wood. It was insane. I'd say I probably used about an inventory full of logs, like stacks of logs. And then we've got barrels. The signs are glow signs, but things like beetroots, I don't have like any of those. I need to add the farm for that. Bone meal, that's a work in progress. Seeds is also a work in progress, and wheat is a work in progress. So I have a little bit in each barrel so far, and pumpkins and watermelons are an extreme work in progress because I have like 0 of those. I made it so that if they do just go straight up to the barrel, they won't get confused because each one has a copper ingot that is renamed to be the price. So it's 1 iron ingot per stack. So if I wanted a stack of carrots, I would just do this. Figure that's a decent price. I might change it to be 1 for 2 stacks, but we'll see. But that is for if they don't skip the lectern. So it just says, welcome to the compost. Items on 2 side walls, which are right there and right there, obviously, cost 1 iron ingot per stack. Items on the back wall cost 3 iron ingots per stack. The bone meal machine is free to use, but don't use items from the shop without paying. So I essentially didn't want people just being like, oh, I want to use that because I want free bone meal, and just doing this, putting the seeds in, letting it do it, and then just taking all the stuff because I have, I want to make some profit, It also takes a ridiculous amount of seeds to get a singular bone meal, so I think the next place we should work on is the tunnel. Right here, I did do some off-camera digging last night, so it should be fairly simple, but I do, at least right now, want to transition it like this, like how I've dug it out. Transition it to leave it as this, to just match with the rest of the tunnel that I have, like, going so far. But we'll see how that goes, and I don't even know what the walls and the ceiling and the floor should be. I'm thinking black stone to blend it in here, and then maybe like a stripe of spruce. Maybe. And then maybe we could tie in some like birch or something just to like brighten it up. I don't know, we'll see. I'll mess with it a bunch, and we'll see how that turns out. And there we go. The tunnel is all done. I actually quite like how it turned out, especially, you could probably tell in the time lapse, but this section right here, the transition section, where it transitions from this stone and andesite and granite and all that into this section, even on the floor as well. I might need to smooth this out eventually and work on making the ceiling fit together with it. But currently, I love this, and I'm pretty sure you could tell from the time lapse by the way I kept running back and forth and jumping around and crouching and all that. But there is one final thing that I would like to do this episode, and that is to work on one final shop. Soup. Okay, so this is soup. It is currently just the shell of the shop. I'm gonna have chests and barrels and such, but it's gonna sell beetroot soup and then rabbit mushroom and suspicious stew. I struggled so much with making this stupid bowl for no reason. It's still definitely a work in progress. It could look better. But there's soup. And that is going to be the end of the video. Be sure to leave a like. It lets me know you liked it. Comment down below what you want to see me do next. What should I add to the server? What didn't you like about this video? What did you like about it? Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of when I upload next, because even I don't know when that will be. Stay safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!